Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 136. This chapter was amazing. And can I just say before the video starts, I know I do this all the time, but thank you for the love and support on the videos. I'm so close to 100 subscribers. I'm like 3 subscribers away, so if you can help me get there, I would greatly appreciate it. And let's just jump right into the chapter. So the chapter picks up where we left off with Yuki and Imposter Ghetto, and she's talking about, she's asking, Ghetto if he still remembers the conversation they talked about where she wanted to make a world where they didn't have to rely on cursed energy. But really this conversation is just her trying to buy time, for Laura to move, like her, for everybody, to get into position and everything, which is interesting because I don't know if I'm just not recognizing the name, but I don't really know who that is. So hopefully next chapter we get to see that person, and if we have seen him before, forgive me, I'm just terrible with names. But she's talking to Ghetto, and she's like, the future of humanity lies in them breaking away from cursed energy. And, Imposter Ghetto's like, no, we need to optimize it. That is where the future is headed. And Ghetto's like, he abandoned that idea, which I don't know if this is like Ghetto thinking or is this like the imposter, but he's like, when Toji died, that's when he got rid of that idea, because Toji was the scariest, well, he wasn't really a sorcerer, but he was like the scariest guy out there, and he didn't use cursed energy. So naturally, seeing a guy like Toji, like, maybe we really don't need cursed energy, but then, Gojo, I guess, from my perspective, sort of solidified the idea that, yeah, cursed energy is still, it's still the strongest, because Gojo ended up winning that scuffle, which maybe if Gojo and Toji just never fought, and if Gojo just accepted that loss, maybe Ghetto wouldn't have been, well, then again, yeah, no, maybe Ghetto would have changed his ideals, because Tojo, having no cursed energy whatsoever, was able to dominate those guys and everything, and he was able to complete the assassination. So maybe if Gojo just accepted that loss, things would be different, but I digress. But Yuki is telling Imposter Ghetto that compared to other places, Japan has the most curses and the most sorcerers, and that's abundant due to Master Tengen's barrier. And without Tengen's barrier, there's not really a way to optimize cursed energy. So that would mean that Japan would have the most. And if word were to get out, that Japan has so much cursed energy and sorcerers, and only the humans in Japan can really optimize it, then, that means that Japan would monopolize cursed energy. And it's really a problem if you monopolize cursed energy, because that's how wars and everything get started. Ghetto really doesn't care because his objective is completely different. Jujutsu sorcerers, non-sorcerers, cursed spirits, all of those are just possibilities of cursed energy and, being human. Yet he feels like there's more that he can gain from cursed energy, because he feels like the bottomless well of human potential doesn't end and doesn't stop with just curses and humans and everything. There's more to it that he wants to find out, and maybe later on in the series we get to find out what, he thinks that the true, use of cursed energy is good for. The conclusion that he comes to is that he needs to throw the world into chaos. So much chaos that even he can't control it. He already has the curse technique that he needed to do. He has Mahito's idol transformation, which is dangerous as fuck to give to a guy like Ghetto, who actually has the brains to use it. Not saying that Mahito is dumb, but Mahito is like, it's like Nanami said, Mahito is a child, He was only born a few days, and he doesn't really have the capacity to, optimize and utilize cursed energy. It's not that Mahito isn't, smart in his own right, but Mahito doesn't really have the understanding of everything, because, he only recently popped into existence. He was still learning, basically. Nevertheless, he uses Mahito's technique to mess with Tengen's barrier, which, granted, Mahito, I don't know if Mahito would have had the strength to do this, because Ghetto, the imposter, makes it seem like he needed Yuji to fight Mahito in order for Mahito to get a little bit stronger, because otherwise I don't think he could have pulled this off. So that's interesting to think that, okay, the curse techniques that he absorbs, whatever level they're currently at, is the level of strength that they stay at whenever he absorbs them. And he uses Mahito's ability to transform the bodies of the non-sorcerers like Yuji, who ate cursed objects, and sorcerers like Junpei, who had the capacity to use cursed techniques, but their bodies weren't really, their brains weren't really molded to that of a sorcerer. What he wants is for all of those people, which range in the numbers of 1,000, to fight each other. And basically he wants to bring chaos throughout the world. Next we get this scene where, like, you know, after we get done with all the talk and everything, like, Yuki wants to go fight Geto. She's telling Yuji to get up and help her, and Yuji's like, I'm stuck. Then you get to see Urami's ice melt, and something's going on with Urami. Chozo actually poisoned Urami. And now we find out that Yuki was actually buying time so that everybody can get, like, Todo and everybody that's been damaged off the scene so that they can actually fight, you know, and not have to risk anybody actually dying. So that's what Yuki was buying time for. You also, you know, get a scene where Geto is now releasing all of the curses from his body, you know, that all of the weaker ones that, you know, can give him some time to properly get away. And he still has the prison realm. So what I'm getting at is now we're gonna have to prepare for a world without Satoru Gojo. Like, Gojo's not coming back. Let's be honest, Gojo's not coming back in this arc at the very least. And it's interesting to see where the story goes next. I really don't know what's gonna happen. I don't think anybody does know what's gonna happen, but leave your predictions in the comments below. I'm sorry if this video seemed rushed, but I'm kind of in a rush already. I have a lot of things to take care of today, but nonetheless, if you bared with me and you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and also share the video, because I really want to reach 100 so I can strive to my next goal. I appreciate it, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.